from a village can come out with the Nigerian education system and achieve, that much? Should that not be our baseline? Despite and in spite of the fact that it is bad, something good comes out of it. So why do we not celebrate something good? Why do we have to keep saying it's that? And negativity is a knock-on thing. You keep it up so many times, it becomes who you are.
Thank you very much, Mariam. I'll get back to both of you. DK, would you like to talk to us about active participation of our generation in decision-making process at all levels and across the various sectors?
Do I have a choice? Would you like to talk? Well, without a doubt, there's a great desire amongst Nigerians, especially young Nigerians, for change in the country. But there is something I find very strange when people talk about wanting to participate in the process of change. We seem to have the attitude that really, or rather, the only way that desire to change often manifests in the average Nigerian is that, if I can get into political office or if I get an appointment, then I'll change Nigeria. And that's the only way that desire for change manifests. When they drive on the road, that desire for change doesn't manifest. When they're in their offices, that desire for change doesn't manifest. When they're walking on the road, that desire for change doesn't manifest. When their daughter comes to them and she brings a boy from, she's Hausa Muslim and she brings a boy from Imo State who is a Christian and wants to marry, the desire for change doesn't manifest. So I think there is a huge business of I want change going on. And the person that really needs to change is that person in office. It has nothing to do with me. Nigeria is bad because our leaders are bad. But I know that political leaders, especially in a democracy, are actually accurate reflections of their constituents. A leader in office just wants to get re-elected at the next election, and he'll do exactly what he needs to get re-elected. And usually, he does it very efficiently. And if you've ever been on an election line, or if you've ever tried to get involved in grassroots politics, I've been in forums like this a lot, but the day before elections, when you go down there, or when people have an opportunity to interact with a politician, not in a public space like this where there are cameras, but in his office, and you hear what they ask for, then you know why Nigeria is the way it is. Because you have very little real sense of public service amongst ordinary people doing something for the common good. Not because you're going to benefit from it. So you take out your money, spend your money to put somebody in office because you want, when he gets there, you send a contract your way. How about taking out your money, putting somebody in public office, so when he just gets there, just build the road through the village. That's all I want, even if it doesn't bring a couple to my business. Just let the educational system work. Even if, my daughter has been at home, she hasn't passed JAM, even if she's going to stay at home for 5 years, don't help me personally. Just make the system better. And I think that kind of attitude, you don't need a political office or a public office to begin to do that thing in your own life. Because honestly, like my sister Zaina pointed out, it is not easy. And you also said that on your Twitter account. It's not easy. When you get into office as a good person, in Nigeria today, you are completely isolated. You can't do anything because the system is bad. And one person in a bad system does not make any difference. And
sorry, if I may interrupt you. So what do we do about this system?
And the conversation continues right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Before we went to Abuja, we were talking about education. And I was talking to Otto, the director of Slum to School. When something goes into almost extinction, when it is driving, is no longer common or easy to find. When it becomes available, it's rather expensive. So it's not like we do not have education in Nigeria, all right? It's just very, very, very expensive. Are there other ways of making education more accessible to especially those who need it?
I think education needs to be more innovative. We have lots of children out of school who live in slums. We have lots of slums across developed parts of the nation. In a place like Lagos, it's really developed. We have sort of mega structures. It's a mega city, but we still have lots of slum population, lots of slum communities. And apparently the number of schools are not adequate. The number of teachers are not adequate. These are fundamental problems. The government is doing its best and should still do its best in doing it. But I think young people need to be more engaged. Young people need to come out and be part of this change. Young people need to look for more innovative ways. Everyone has a solution to a problem. All the problems we have in this country have the solutions within we as individuals, within we as young people. And I think there are lots of innovative ways in which we can begin to engage with these people, in which we can send education down to remote communities and get children or young uneducated people in several communities educated through innovative ways. Community radio, active participation, mentorship. There's several approaches. And
I also decide with my friends that when I'm on leave, we can decide to go to a village and say, for 1 week, we want to just go teach the kids. How about that?
Of course, I think it's extremely important. We need to learn 3 key things. Profiling solutions, being sacrificial. As young people, we need to learn how to sacrifice, how to give back. We need to learn how to serve, and I think it's extremely very important if we want to develop.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, my next question is for Dr. Erisa Daladi. We all know that crude oil is no longer, well, they say will no longer be all that commodity that will be super valuable like it used to be. Nigeria used to be known for agriculture, all right? And we used to be very good at it.
Yes.
Are we still very good at it?
Wow. Yes. No, we are not.
Okay, please could you help me give it the mic?
So sorry to cut you short. We are very much pressed for time. That is the downside of live streaming. We will take some of your comments online, okay? So some of the comments, you can go online to tweet at Gen Voices. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our panel. Thank you very much for joining us. As they take their leave, please do encourage them with a very, very warm round of applause. Thank you very much.